Welcome to another episode, everyone. And there in Wayside in 1994, the blacks viciously attacked everyone that was not black. The blacks had had enough. The riots with the blacks and the SouthSiders had been going on for months, nearly a year. And again, for the majority of that time, the SouthSiders had been the aggressors. They were the ones getting the word from their people to attack black people everywhere and in every dorm and for any reason. But as I have explained before, the blacks had begun to fight back and become the aggressors, attacking the Southsiders, not just in retaliation, but going on the offensive. Many blacks had hit the dorm who were strong individuals and had come from prison. They just were not going for it. I was just 20 years old, but I still had a lot of influence and power right there in the dorm. Some would tell you that I still ran the dorm, even at 20 years old. It's true. And I was staunchly supporting black people and the black cause. Even at that age, I understood. I understood history and had a strong love for my people. And the fact that we were under attack and under siege by the Southsiders for no apparent reason other than their politics, it wasn't sitting well with me. And as I've alluded to before, I began to fight back and tell the blacks we have to go on the offensive. And many riots were kicking off, and we were the aggressors at that juncture. Such is the case here, where the Southsiders were working in conjunction with the police. It's true, oftentimes you will find that the police favor the Southsiders in many situations, in certain prisons and in these county jails. They respect their organization, the fact that they have unity and that they have a hierarchy. And they do not respect the fact that the blacks are disorganized and rapidly do things in these dorms and in the modules and on these prison yards without any unity or organization. They resent that. Everyone does. And they were showing their favoritism overtly to the Southsiders here in Wayside, letting them out of the dorm to run to dorm to communicate with their people, plan out these attacks, pass weapons, giving the Southsiders all of the food, giving them all of the laundry, sitting there talking to them for 30 minutes and an hour and giving them every concession possible. This is blatant at this time. We're all seeing this, but it's because the Southsiders are the aggressors in these riots that have just been kicking off for a year or so. So the police, they're somewhat scared of the Southsiders, and they also just respect them because they're taking off on these blacks like this, and the blacks are not necessarily responding with any unity and organization. This is causing them to lose respect for us. So they're in cahoots with the Southsiders, and it's clear to all of the blacks. There's a couple of Asians in the dorm, and one of these Asians is acting like he's with the blacks. I never did trust him. He had made a couple of comments about slavery that caused me to cock my fist back one time and swing on him, but the homie from Long Beach had jumped in the way and said, "No, bro, come on, bro. This dude too small. You're going to unalive him if you hit him." It's true. I was extremely upset. He had made some statement that was derogatory. And he actually had said that slavery was about love, that white people love black people, and that's why they had us as slaves. And I just about lost it. And I tried to kill him. So from that point forward, even though he was acting like he was with us, I told the blacks, this dude ain't with us. He need to go down there with the fucking South, because he kissing the Southsiders' ass. He around them every day. all day trying to go down there and fuck with them and even trying to eat with them. They're not letting him eat with them, but he's trying to. I done seen it. And then he comes up to the bunks with us because they don't want his ass down there sleeping with them, the Southsiders. So now when it's time to go to bed, you come up here to our bunk area where all of the blacks are at and act like you're one of us. You may be taking information back from us to the Southsiders. I don't trust this dude. And so the decision had been made because a black had got into it with a Southsider. It was just an argument. No fists or weapons had been thrown. The police outside of the dorm saw the argument, rushed in, and grabbed the black. Took him out, took him to the hole for some sort of disturbance, and left the Southsiders right there in the dorm undisturbed. This angered the blacks. We said, you know what? We're sick of you damn police. We're sick of you Southsiders too. Y'all working with the police right now. Not all of them, but some of them were clearly in cahoots with the police in one way or another. I'm not saying that they were snitching, I'm saying that the police were just showing them a lot of favoritism. And, you know, I'm not blaming the Southsiders for that. They got the police in line. They got the police in check. And the blacks do not. Because we have this disunity. The problem that's been plaguing us for centuries. And once we do unify, wait, woo, it's going to be something. Once we get it together. It just come together. That's all we got to do. Come together. And at this juncture, we're actually headed that way. Oh, yeah, I'm so proud of my people. We're getting there. People just don't know. We've been talking behind the scenes. You don't know, won't hurt you. We're getting it together. Unifying. Unity is the word. And that's it. At this juncture, we were not unified. Police are overtly supporting the Southsiders. Black people have had enough. And when they took the black to the hole, the homie from Long Beach, for arguing with the Southsider, we said, let's go up. Let's attack the Southsiders. And it's blacks versus everybody that's not black. Let's do that. Anyone that's in the dorm, including these Asians. I damn sure was gonna get my hand on that one Asian. Oh man. We finna crash everyone. And the police running here, we crashed them too. They're with them. Fuck the police. This is what we was on. I've said before, most of the time when police are attacked in prison, it's by black people for various reasons, which I won't get into right now. We're plotting and planning and indeed having and cultivating sinister machinations, deciding how and when we're going to attack the Southsiders, the Asians, any others that are in the dorm, the police, Pisces, whites, everybody that doesn't have black skin is under siege. Everyone is under attack. We have to do this right. But we have to do this. We have to send this message. Y'all don't respect us. None of y'all do. Whites, Asians, police, Southsiders. Y'all think we're that disunified? You think we're that incapable of coming together? That we are that unintelligent? You just don't know the history of our people. We're sitting around and we're plotting and planning the attack. And it was decided that we would just attack at breakfast. Get your weaponry together overnight. And at breakfast, as soon as they come into the dorm with the trays, Man, we attacking. We wanted the police to run in there as well. So we want to do it right there. We wanted the police to run in there. Everyone is under attack. We were not going to attack the police with the weapons because at this juncture, the police were beating the shit out of incarcerated people in the LA County Jail. They were unaliving inmates and everything. They had a reputation for this, and they were vicious. But we did want to fight back and fight against the police. It's happened plenty of times, and this was going to be one of them. But everyone else was going to get weapons. That's just what it was. Because a message needed to be sent that we ain't going for this shit. And that's it. And it wasn't just me. I'm no hero. It was not just me. It was some OGs in the dorm who were saying this, who were pushing this line. And they were asking me like, you agree with this? Like, you feel like that? I'm like, yeah, this needs to happen. We need to do this shit, man. I did suggest that we involve everyone. That was my suggestion because they was like, man, we're going to get off on the SouthSiders. Plus, we thought that because of the argument that Long Beach had, the argument was getting vicious. Everybody was like starting to group up because these riots are just kicking off like nothing at this time. So we know it's about to go up. We think it's about to go up until the police rush in there and grab Long Beach, acting like they're trying to prevent the riot and throw him in the hole. This is what this is about, and all this other incidents that's been happening with the police and the SouthSiders, where we just feel like they're working together against us. And so is everyone else. They're all kissing the SouthSiders' ass. Asians, whites, police, and they all despise black people. That's just what it is. I'm not trying to start anything. I'm just telling you what it is. I don't give a fuck. That's what it is. That's what it was. And that's what it still is. Okay, fine. I did suggest that we get the Asians too. He had made that comment about slavery just a few days prior. I never got over it. And I wanted to get him bad. Oh, man. So we decided we would attack at breakfast. Breakfast did indeed come, and we attacked. We had weapons. We believed that the SouthSiders were planning an attack anyway. So we knew that they would have weapons. At some point, they were planning an attack because of the argument that it's going up constantly. So we know it's going to go up just over this argument. But we about to beat them to the punch. We're not about to be defending ourselves. Y'all about to have to defend yourself for a fucking change. We already had began to be the aggressors in these riots. And it's not about to stop now. No, we're about to be the aggressors. We're about to attack y'all. And everybody else, fuck everybody. Everybody killed. So we attacked. The SouthSiders had weapons, and we had weapons. We were slicing each other up right there in the dorm. I went right for the Asian. I did. Wasn't personal. My Asian people, I got love for you. I didn't have any love for this particular person for the comments that he had made. He just happened to be Asian, and I just happened to get him, slapped the shit out of him first. I just slapped him, because that's the most disrespectful thing that you can do for a man. He might not know that. In my culture, it is. I slapped the shit out. Bam! Open hand. Bam! He fell back, and I got on him. Bam! Started whooping him. Beating him bad. He's a little dude. He didn't have a chance in hell. Thought about cutting him up, too. But I did not. But his face was bloody, leaking. He was on the ground, unconscious. He was out, done, pulverized. I ran down the stairs and jumped into other action with the SouthSiders. We were just swinging our weapons. They had weapons, swinging them at me, and I was swinging my weapon at them. And so were all of the other blacks. It was about 4 whites in the dorm. They were 2 attacked. 2 of them had been stabbed. The police came rushing in, as we expected. And about 3 blacks jumped on the police with no weapons, though. But they ran at the police, and start squabbling. The police had shields, helmets, billy clubs, the goon squad. They run in with all this with these riots. They run in unison, in a straight line, and all this, like the army. They got vests on, like just a whole lot of gear to protect themselves. They're running into a situation. They run into violence. They run into a riot. They run into stabbings and weapons and beatings, people unconscious and all that. But since they were the one beating on incarcerated people at this time, they were not expecting a beat down themselves. The three blacks did attack. Now, when they got a hold of the riot, they took the blacks that attacked them to a room where we can all see as we in there getting stripped out, getting cuffed up, putting these little wires around us because they don't have enough handcuffs for everyone. So they got these little wire cuffs. We're laying down, and they take the three blacks in the room. They start beating the hell out of them right in front of us to send a message. Yeah, y'all better keep it with the SouthSiders. We understand y'all standing up for yourselves, but don't come after us. They beat them pretty bad, but this is what they had been doing in the county jail, and we knew that this was coming. The brothers knew that this was coming, but they still volunteered and decided that they were going to attack the police because we wanted to send a message to everyone. That's what we had decided when we were having the meeting the day before, and decided that it was time to attack. We can only take so much. Everyone can. No disrespect to the Asian who are left unconscious. If you're watching this, seriously, it's nothing personal. But you had made those comments, and I just couldn't accept that. And nothing personal with the SouthSiders either. You guys were the aggressors in many of these riots taking off on the blacks, and it was time for us to show up and stand up for ourselves. Stay safe and stay free, people.